In the world of video games, there's a fine line between genius and madness. The following two podcasters seek to cut through the chaos and confusion that the video game industry put... Wait, hold on a minute. Oh, yeah, I misread that. Hold on. Can I go back? Okay. Two podcasters seek to add to the chaos and confusion of the discordant discourse surrounding video games. You're about to experience the Video Game Logic Podcast.
Record, and for the sync, 3,
2,
1,
sync. Excellent. All right.
Excellente.
Now the question is just how much of the background noise and stuff do you have on the Skype recorder?
All of it, probably.
I think we have
I don't
Fraken
know.
content there.
Yes, we do. As long as it sounds okay. It might just sound like a big garbled mess.
Well, like I said, I wasn't really paying attention to it because I was just listening to music and it was quiet enough that I was kind of mixing into the music, so it was easy to pick out anything. Plus, I wasn't really paying attention until I heard you sitting back down, and it's like, oh, well, Jared's back, I guess.
Yep. Okay. We have definitely pre-gamed. Are you ready?
I guess so.
All right. One of the most common side effects of my medicine is dry mouth. So I'm drinking a lot because I can't stand my mouth feeling dry. But
yeah, now I'm having a memory of Jim Carrey, Me, Myself, and Irene.
Excuse me. Sorry. I've actually never seen Me, Myself, and Irene.
It would probably make you cringe like crazy because, well, it has a psychological element to it. Multiple personality syndrome, I believe. So, I'm not sure if you'd be able to turn off the psychiatrist portion of your brain. It's like, it doesn't work like that.
Probably not, but I could try.
It's not a bad movie. I mean, it's a Jim Carrey movie, so that's probably about the best thing I could say about it. And the worst.
I like most Jim Carrey movies, though.
I just have to be in the mood for him, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, that's true. Or be with the right group of people.
Mm-hmm. And this is also... what did he make that? It's one of his older movies now. 2000, so 17 years old.
I've had that thing start happening where it's like, this thing came out in whatever, and it's like, oh, that was only a few years. Wait, that was a fucking decade ago. I had that happen to me earlier. It was something I saw on Reddit, and someone was talking about this old movie. It was...
Yeah, very appropriate talking about how things are getting old for me today.
Yeah. It wouldn't happen to be your birthday or something, would it?
Well, you already wished me happy birthday, so...
Yeah, I know. But I can't even remember what movie it was. But I was like, that's not that old. Oh, it was the first Iron Man movie. They were like, think about how far we've come since the old Iron Man movie that came out. And I was like, it's not that old. It only came out in 2008, which was like, oh my god, that was nearly a decade ago.
Oh.
I remember going to see that in theaters with one of my high school girlfriends. That'll make you feel old.
Damn kid, go off my lawn.
It's really weird. I was dating this girl, but she had a crush on one of my friends, and all three of us went, and it was really awkward.
So you were the third wheel that time.
Both of us, me and my friend, his name was Ben. Ben and I both felt like third wheels. Because it was during this adventure that we discovered how much she was into him. And he was like, but you're Jared's girlfriend. She was like, but I want to be your girlfriend. I didn't quite exactly go that way, but I'm paraphrasing.
Then did he go bros before hoes?
He did. Which was good. Ben was a good friend.
Until you murdered him.
I saw him a couple of years ago. He has not done well. I honestly did not expect him to do well. You know, he was just one of those that didn't have any direction in life and was caught up with the wrong people and wound up wasting the last, I don't know, however many years it had been, 7, 8 years since I'd seen him at the time. And he was like, yeah, I'm just starting to, I was happy for him. He's like, I'm just starting to get my life turned around and all this stuff. And I was like, he's like, what happened with you? And I was like, oh, I got married. I had a kid. At the time I was working on my master's degree. I was like, I'm getting my master's degree. He was like, fucking really? A lot of people didn't expect me to do much with my life either, to be honest. I really turned shit around after I got out of high school. But most people expected me to do something with IT, which honestly, that's where I started, but wound up with psychology instead.
Yeah, but the computers, they're just a passing fad. They'll be gone in a few years, if the FCC has anything to say about it.
Have you seen that Apple commercial where,
I don't see many commercials these days.
Well, you use the ad blocker too.
But go ahead.
It's an Apple commercial for iPad, and there's this girl, I don't know, she's probably like 10. She's got an iPad, she's doing stuff on it, and it's like following her throughout her day as she does a bunch of different stuff on her iPad. Mm-hmm. And then her grandparents come up to her, and they're like, oh, what kind of computer is that you've got? And she's like, what's a computer? But it's like, it's serious. It's not like joking or trying to be cringy or anything. They play it straight.
It's and Apple trying to be Apple. Well, I should say not trying. Apple being Apple.
Yeah, and I'm like, Apple, what the fuck? I mean, a tablet is a computer.
It isn't. It runs apps.
Our phones are, literally any of this stuff is a computer by definition. You just say, well, technically it's a tablet because it doesn't have a keyboard and a mouse. It's all in one thing. It's like, well, yeah, but it's still a fucking computer on the inside. And also, this little girl would know what a computer was. I don't know. For some reason, that commercial just really rubbed me the wrong way.
Well, I was talking with Katie probably about a week ago now and talking about touch typing. And she informed me that schools don't teach typing anymore.
No, that's just part of the vernacular, I guess, expected.
And it just kind of, caught me off guard. It's like, for one, I went into my typing class able to touch type, which actually caused me to nearly fail it, ironically enough, because the teacher didn't account for anyone coming in with any typing skill whatsoever. So they were typing on a percentage of improvement of typing speed. And,
interesting.
Yeah.
And so you wouldn't have improved very much because you knew how to type.
Yeah.
I see. I went into my typing class knowing how to type, but that just basically meant that was free period for me. Because she would just give everyone, the teacher would just give everyone the same assignment. And because I knew how to type, I would be done in 5 or 10 minutes, depending on what the assignment was. And then I'd turn it in, and then I'd just sit in there and play on the computer for the rest of the period.
Well, it bored the ever-living hell out of me because, I should say at least the first quarter of the, semester, because I was on the block system. So it was double long classes, but only half the year, which was incredibly stupid. Looking back at it, I loved it at the time because, got out of classes that I didn't like, for a good portion of the year. But, I would be bored out of my mind learning the home row. I mean, I learned this with Mavis Speaking a decade before.
Yeah, I did Mavis Speaking too. Mavis Beacon, not Beaking. Holy fuck! Doug Jones won. He beat Roy Moore.
Yeah, I saw that while you were chattering away. I honestly wasn't expecting that, to be perfectly honest.
I wasn't either. I thought Roy Moore was still going to win, just because it's fucking Alabama.
Well, it's not just that, but... look, more Fraken Show content. At least we don't have to wrap up in, an hour and some change. I was expecting him to win, Roy Moore, mostly because of all the outcry, and it's the hard right GOP has become very tribalistic, and the more you talk badly about a candidate, the more they root for him because it pisses off the libtards.
Yeah.
And they drag some of the some of the more moderate right into that, and that's why I was expecting him to win, and especially since deep south anyway.
Yeah, I mean it was close. He only won by.
I haven't seen the margins yet, so go ahead.
Looks like about 10,000 votes.
Wow.
I mean it's less than a percentage point that he won by.
That's sad.
Yeah, I mean I thought he had a chance. Like, I thought Doug Jones was going to have a chance because I was browsing political news, and I saw that the governor of Alabama was urging people not to vote for Roy Moore.
Yeah, but that was literally
the
the election day, which should have been days ago.
Yeah.
And coming out. But I understand not wanting to go against party because that's also a tribalism thing with American politics. I'm not sure if that's unique to American politics or if it's just politics in general. I don't know enough about international politics to really be able to say one way or another.
Yeah, I think it's pretty pervasive in all political landscapes, but the problem is that with the United States, or the problem that's more prevalent in the United States, is that we only have two dominant parties. Most of the other democratic parties in the world, or democratic governments in the world, have got many more parties, which makes that less of a problem. Because instead of using the dumbass system that we have, they just do a straight popular vote. Or some of them use like instant runoff voting or things like that, which encourage more political parties to exist because you don't have to have such a high concentration of people to win. Because you can say, I want this person to get my first vote, but if he doesn't win, then give my vote to this person. And if that person doesn't win.
Yeah, I've seen a few people talking about how the U.S. should adopt that, and it seems a lot more logical because it gets rid of the idea of the throwaway vote for going for a third party.
Right. Because you can vote for them, but you're like, well, they probably won't win, or if they don't win, then give my vote to this person. So,
but
we don't have any of those systems in place, so it makes it worse for us.
Yeah, the way the U.S. system's set up. Well, and also, the two big parties are able to control pretty much the entire process as well, so they could. I don't want to use the word cheat outright, but cut things in their favor.
Yeah, you mean gerrymandering?
Yeah, well, gerrymandering, passing laws,
voter suppression.
Yeah,
that sort of stuff. Yeah, politics is depressing in the United States.
Yeah,
but this is a minor victory, a small ray of light among a nearly endless sea of shit.
Well, if it was a minor victory, then Roy Moore would be very excited. Yeah, I
that could work on a couple of levels, actually. Well done.
Well, I did see one comment that I have to share this joke. The weather was forecasted to be in Roy Moore's favor because it was expected to dip into the teens.
We're going to hell, man.
Too late, already there. But I saw that and I had a good laugh.
Oh.
You okay over there?
Yeah, that was good.
Oh.
I wonder what the Trump Twitter rant is going to look like about this.
It depends on how long the aides are able to hide his phone.
Yeah.
And how many all cap word do you think he's going to have?
All of them.
Oh.
All of the all caps words.
Yeah, what really saddens me, I saw a the meme comic with the guy sweating and trying to choose between two buttons. You've seen that one, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I saw one with this is how Republicans are viewing this election. It's baby murder and baby rapist. And that saddens me that that's literally what it comes down to. And that it actually has to be a choice. Yeah, they look at it like that, you know?
Yeah.
Because, damn. Politics is fucked up in this country.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Well, we're gonna... What do you want to...
Well, I say we definitely ditch pitch a game.
Okay.
I mean, that was our filler anyway.
Okay.
And that brings us... Well, I'm looking at my timer right now. I'm showing 1:59. Sorry, 1:50:09. So,
Okay.
just shy of 2 hours.
Okay.
So, hour 10 of our usual mark.
Muy excelente. Muy bueno.
Hey, you better stop talking like that. You'll get a wall built around you.
Will the wall keep the pollen out?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Maybe we've had another 10 feet.
All right, it's worth a shot.
Yo, next week we're going to be very political. I'm calling it now.
I'm gonna roll my R's.
Really?
Me gusta la leche de chocolate. Que es el monstruo en mis pantalones. What are the other things I remember from high school Spanish? Que hora es? And... oh, my favorite. Vamos desnudos. Which is Spanish for let's go naked.
Which is your motto?
No, my motto is nudity builds community, but I don't know how to say that in Spanish.
Well, you're going to have to learn it. And wasn't that more the Kerbal motto?
That's my personal life motto. Alright, let's translate this. Nudity builds...
You know it's going to be horribly, horribly translated if you're doing it in Google Translate.
Well, it's all I've got.
It's going to be like naked as builds a gathering or something.
Desnudes construye comunidad. Nudity builds community. That's a literal translation. I wonder if there's like a... I can't imagine there being a phrase, though. Nudity build... I don't know. I'll have to get in touch with my old Spanish teacher and ask her how to say nudity builds community. Hi, Marissa. I know it's been like 10 years since I've talked to you.
But it's very important.
But I'm nowhere... I'm no less weird than I was then. Can you translate this for me to make sure it's properly conjugated? She's the one who taught me how to say, let's go naked.
Well, you got to get in touch with your students. Unfortunately, that also gets you in jail if you're not careful.
Yeah, she was... I think that was her first year teaching Spanish, like after she was done with her degree.
Yeah, I really wanted to learn Spanish. The Spanish teacher in my high school was actually one of the more fun teachers. But the summer before I was able to take my foreign language in school, I'm not sure if he got fired or if he just quit or what happened behind the scenes, but he left the school, and the English teacher that I absolutely fucking hated took over the foreign language, and she decided that she doesn't know Spanish, but she knows a little bit of French. So all this people that were excited to learn Spanish got to stumble their way through French.
Yeah, I wish I'd have taken a foreign language, particularly Spanish, much more seriously than I did.
Yeah, I don't retain any of my foreign language. I absolutely hate it, and I hated the way she taught to begin with, because she was one of these that thinks that everyone should take all the notes in the world. Let's put it this way. Her big thing was notes and annotations in English tech class. So we'd be reading a short story, and she'd want you to write out every single line that is important to the story and why it's important. Now, for a short story, you're writing the entire fucking story. And it gets a little old.
That's no bueno. I hated teachers like that. I was never a note taker anyways. Even in college, I didn't take notes. And especially not in my master's program. I didn't take notes for shit. We didn't really need them, though. Most everything we did was sort of hands-on type exercises. The only class that I really had to take notes in ever was my ethics class. Some of that shit got downright complicated.
I'm not sure if I want to know.
just all the different ways that you're ethically obliged to respond to a situation and what's ethically okay and what's not. Even if it might be the right thing to do, sometimes ethically you can't do something. It is complicated.
Well, it explains why our president doesn't care about ethics then.
Yeah, it'd take too much effort to learn.
Well, maybe if we get the cat to throw a cowboy. Sync. You kind of had that odd pause there as well. Are you trying to throw me off?
No. I mean, I count it in my head and then say it, but I'm sure I'm occasionally a little off.
Well, we still sunk up pretty well. We're just that damn good.
Yeah, we are.
And now I feel unclean. Just go burn off all the problems with my pepper mix.
Bathe in it.
Yeah, I'm sure that wouldn't cause problems at all.
Probably not. Especially not in your sensitive areas down near your no-no square.
But then I'll just have to have you apply an ointment afterwards.
That's right, because for me it's a yes square. Colloquially referred to as the oh yeah.
I mean the oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like. All right.
And you're just going to cut that out and reuse that every so often, huh?
That's going to be the new transition noise instead of the staticky sound. That's going to be it from now on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, darling, I can't get enough of your love, baby. I just don't have it. I just don't have that deep voice. I can't even go there.
Don't you wish you could go there?
Oh, yeah.
But you can't. And what's really going to be fun is my voice does drop a little bit in post as well. So we'll see how low that goes. I mean, the way I have my post-processing set up, I don't have it do near the bass boost that a lot of people do because my voice is naturally lower anyway. And if I do what people suggest, I end up having a kind of a froggy sound, sort of a Louis Armstrong vibe going on. And that's a singer, by the way. All right. Yep.
I know who Louis Armstrong is.
Well, you're a kid, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, whatever.
And by the way, what are you doing on my fucking lawn?
Lord of the G-Strings is on YouTube.
How?
Looks like they're using a still image of a lady watching a TV, and the film is playing on the TV, and I assume it's because it's at a weird angle or something. The automatic detection algorithms can't pick up.
Does it pick up the nipple?
Oh yeah, there's nips there.
How big is it on the screen? I mean, percentage-wise.
It's full-on lesbian sex. How, like, the whole thing or just the nips?
No, I'm talking about, like, is it big on the screen? Big enough to really see if you didn't know what it was?
Yeah.
Well, that's one way to get porn on YouTube, I guess. Why, thank you. I'm surprised that it even has the regular title. So, that's a thing. But then again, YouTube is such a weird thing. There's near flat-out porn disguised as a lot of things on YouTube.
Yeah. But this is just porn.
Not that you have a problem with that. The advertisers may. But then again, YouTube is probably a little busy right now. What was that? Was that a low blow?
There's more porn. More porn.
Is this the same channel, or are you just going through recommended? No,
I'm just scrolling through to see how much.
Well, I know at least a couple anime channels. As anime airs, they'll put it on YouTube and put like a border around it so that the bot can't, quite lock onto it. And the thing is that you can't really, tell the bot, oh, well, just scale the image, because then you start hitting a lot of other things as you lose detail on the size.
Yep, that's porn. But just more porn on the same channel.
And alarms. There's your anti-porn alarm.
Well, you find something new every day.
And by new, you mean
Like
old porn.
Old porn.
And Fraken content.
Yeah. I mean, if you really needed to pull one out, I guess you could. I wouldn't want to watch porn that way. But if you were really desperate, it would work.
Well, let's admit it, teenagers who haven't quite figured out the Google search yet. Or should I say Bing? Because isn't Bing better for porn?
I don't know.
Now you're going to go check.
Let's see. Is Bing better?
This is what I've always heard. Bing is better for porn and Google is better for everything else.
Why is Bing better than Google for porn? And this is an out-of-the-loop Reddit post.
Oh, out of the loop. Bring us back in the loop so many times.
Let's see. 3 reasons. Filtering. Bing is not as good at filtering out NSFW search results unless you're explicitly looking for porn. In which case... Oh, wait, no. It's not so useful. Apparently Google filters out some porn, even if you're looking for porn. Let's see, then this says DMCAs.
I think we just found your new favorite search engine.
Because Google, being the biggest search engine, gets way more DMCAs than Bing, so lots of porn can get taken down on Google, whereas it doesn't get taken down from Bing search results. And this is machine learning. Bing hasn't learned to keep its search results as clean as Google's.
And they better not, right?
Yeah, apparently not. Oh yeah, those are definitely... Yep.
Those are...
Bing is definitely giving better boobies than Google is. Because Google's giving...
Birds?
No. Lots of, memes with, big boobs and bikinis and stuff. And very little actual... Actually, there's not a single nip on the first page result that this person put up on this Reddit post. Whereas the Bing one is all nips and boobs. The breasts are fully exposed for our pleasure on Bing. Well, there we go. Anyways, let's
Should we actually do content
again
ready? Instead of Franken content?
Yeah. Me too. We got synchronized returning.
We have spent way, way, way too long together.
Boy, does hot coffee feel good on my throat.
Well, I got a very, very stealthy snack. Potato chips.
Super stealthy. Yes, delicious.
And also got a can of Dr. Pepper.
So do you want to eat your snack?
If you don't mind. I was getting a little hungry. And also, I had too many cough drops and was getting the flavor too much in my mouth, so I needed something to clean it out. And unfortunately, you're not here.
Yeah, baby.
I wanted a salty snack, so yeah, plain potato chips. Actually, when I was at the store today, I did get the Ritz Thin and Crisps. Have you had those?
No, I don't think so.
They're a baked potato snack. not technically a chip because it's a pressed thing. But actually pretty good, at least the one I've tried so far. It's cheddar and bacon.
That sounds good. I like cheddar and bacon.
I will say it's a bit more smoky than it has a bacon flavor. But yeah, that's pretty much standard for artificial bacon flavor. Is just smoke the hell out of it.
Yeah.
But overall, not bad. I also have salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar is one of my favorite flavors of chips now that I'm an adult. I hated it when I was a kid. Now it's one of my favorites.
I was about to say, are we about to have problems here? Are we going to have a divorce?
No, I hated a lot of things that are really good when I was a kid, as most kids do.
Yeah, and hello to the Fraken content, and sorry that immediate story again, but deal with it. Yeah, my taste really changed once I hit like teenager, and I actually started eating a lot more vegetables willingly. Freak the hell out of my mom.
Same, yeah. There were some vegetables I would eat when I was a kid. I would always eat salads. Just about anything you put in a salad, I would eat. But if it wasn't in a salad, I wouldn't touch it. But as I got older, I started eating a lot more vegetables, particularly mushrooms.
Mushrooms aren't...
And broccoli.
Well, mushrooms aren't a vegetable, Jared.
Mushrooms are vegetable. They're in the vegetable category, damn it.
No. They're their own kingdom. They're a fungus.
But are they a fun guy?
No, they're not the character in Chrono Trigger.
But, yeah, mushrooms and onions. I'm still not a big fan of tomatoes, honestly. Like, I'll eat a tomato if someone's like, hey, I put tomato on your sandwich or your burger.
I
Like,
love
right,
tomato.
I'll eat that. But I won't willingly pick a tomato to put on something.
That's one of the reasons why I actually tolerate summer is tomatoes. Tomato, some decent quality mozzarella, and some salt. Depending on the mozzarella, of course, because sometimes it's mozzarella is salty enough, but really good. I mean, that's lunch for me during the summer.
Broccoli was a vegetable I wouldn't touch as a kid, but now I love broccoli.
Yeah, broccoli is really good. But I can't really put my finger on why. I'm actually a lot more picky when it comes to fruit than I am vegetables.
I don't know how picky I am when it comes to fruit.
I don't like a lot of fruits. Like, I don't like peaches.
Peaches are okay. They're not my favorite, but I'll eat peaches.
I like oranges. I like apples. Cherries I love. But then it starts to fall off. Like mangoes, I don't really care for. Papaya, I don't like mango. Only melon I like is water.
Love me some watermelon.
But thankfully, I don't exactly have to deal with a lot of choices at my grocery store. So, well, I absolutely love strawberries, but we're starting to get more into the berry area than actual fruit.
I'm not a big strawberry guy. That's one of those things that if someone's like, "Here, have some strawberries to eat," I will eat strawberries, but I'll never pick out a strawberry by itself.
Well, I hope you get more than one strawberry. I mean, it takes quite a bit to get a decent amount.
Haha.
Blackberries are okay-ish. They tend to be a little bit tart, though. At least store-bought ones.
I like blueberries a lot.
Don't really have many of those by themselves. Usually whenever I have blueberry, it's in a mix of other berries.
Grapes. Love me some grapes.
Seedless, please, though.
Yeah, I prefer seedless, but if someone gives me grapes with seeds in them, I'll eat them.
Now I have to ask, spit or swallow?
Oh, definitely spit.
We're talking about the seeds, Jared. No.
I know, that's why I said spit, not swallow.
No, we're talking about
Nah.
grape seed, not man seed.
Yeah, no, definitely spit grape seeds, and watermelon seeds.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. On the Detectives of Old Time Radio, they played Dragnet for quite a while actually now. And one of the episodes they were talking about, anybody ever invents a seedless grape, they're going to make $1 million bucks. Acting like it's this thing that is a whimsical, will never happen thing. Granted, I can't remember the year of the episode, and I don't know the history of seedless grapes. So, maybe they were a thing, but they were very expensive.
Well, technically, seedless grapes aren't really seedless. They've just been bred to have really, really, really soft, mushy seeds.
Yeah.
So they're not, hard like seeds are.
Yeah, but seedless watermelons, they just go out in the field and sprinkle some water around.
Haha. Very funny.
Well, it got you to laugh, so. As I finish off the last little bit of my chips, I just had a little one of the personal bags. Otherwise, I would have gone into the Ritz crackers, or Ritz, actually, technically not crackers. But they were
Go for some.
they were
Ritz
very
crackers.
good with my tuna salad, or as I call it, the angry tuna salad, because it's spicy.
I want some soup right now. That'd be really
What type?
good. And also, anything that's really brothy for my scratchy throat.
So nothing dairy based, right?
No, definitely not. I made homemade ramen for lunch today. That was really good.
Never had
some
homemade.
of that later.
Usually, whenever I have ramen, I just have El Cheapo packaged ramen, but add a bunch of vegetables to it.
Yeah. No, I had the pack said Chinese noodles, but they were just like ramen noodles but plain. And made ramen broth, which is just chicken broth with some soy sauce and rice vinegar and a couple of spices in it. And then I put mushrooms and chicken and egg and carrots and something else in it. Carrots not traditionally ramen, but vegetable that I figured would be all right.
I treat ramen
It's good.
as what Alton Brown called kitchen Velcro. I just throw things at it.
Yeah, kind of like a casserole.
Yeah. Well, I get frozen meatballs, pre-cooked for a few things, but the other day I had I guess a beef stroganoff ramen with a few meatballs in it, some frozen mixed peppers, green, yellow, and red bell pepper with some onion in it. Just steamed that, heated up the meatballs, and then I added just a touch of sour cream. And actually turned out really well. This was in a soy sauce based ramen noodle. One of the expensive 25-cent ones. It's kind of funny how ramen noodle is dirt cheap here, but actually in Japan, where in China, it's more of a mid-range to expensive food when it's fresh.
Yeah, I've never had real quote or air quotes real ramen. Like I've never been to a ramen or a restaurant that serves ramen.
Yeah, a few of the animes I've watched are either feature ramen restaurants. I mean, restaurants focused around ramen, or had a character that works in them. One of the shows, I believe it was Fighting Spirit, a boxing anime. One of the characters is a ramen chef who is a boxer on the side. And he makes some rather impressive stuff. It does not look cheap. I would love to have a real ramen. There's plenty of recipes out there, but it's very specialized stuff to be able to do the full thing. It's a very involved process. A bit above what I could really hope to accomplish. Not skill-wise, just, I would be in agony by the end of it.
Yeah.
So, should we finish the ramen part of the podcast and pick up where we left off? Something else I got, my last major shipment from Amazon, an ottoman.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I somehow shoved it under my desk. It's very comfortable.
Yeah, I've got my foot cushion. Did I tell you about my foot cushion?
No.
I got a cushion for my feet.
Amazing! I would have never guessed that.
Like, that's what it's made to be. It's like a footrest under your desk. It's very comfy.
Well, this is just a flat-out ottoman.
Yeah, I'd never fit an ottoman under my desk.
Well,
no way in hell.
Technically, it's not fitting under my desk. It's kind of hanging out from one side. But I made it work, damn it. It was actually just a fairly cheap collapsible ottoman. Amazon has a lot of them, actually. But it's really helped my legs.
Same with my foot cushion. Helps me sit better. My chair is too tall, even on the lowest setting. Or like, even when it's as low as it'll go. Because I have short legs. If I had normal length legs, like 3 more inches. If three more inches of my height was my legs instead of my torso, I would be fine. But it's not. So that's what the cushion's for. And it helps me to sit in my chair with more proper posture. Which helps my back not hurt as much. It still gets stiff if I sit in the chair for too long, but I'd say most people's back gets stiff if they sit in one position for too long.
Yeah, that's normal. Yeah, that typically happens. But then again, I'm hardly the definition of normal. I mean, I'm sitting here in a chair with my ottoman under my desk. So my legs are kind of just straight out.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. Do you want to cut anything? Because we've got more than an hour's worth of topics left.
Well, The Life is Strange was on the short list of cutting, right?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And then we'll see. I mean, obviously it's fine if we're a little over, but I don't want to do like 3.5 or 4 hours tonight.
No, that was last night.
I want to get, a little BattleTech in before sleepy.
I need to finish that mission.
And we're on track to be done by 12:30 or 1, which is about an hour before I go to bed. So, all right, let's do this.
Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy.
Hey, fitting.
Jenkins. Indeed.
That's what it calls it, right? Heroes originally, I should say.
I don't remember. It's been years since I've seen that show.
Because it happened during a total eclipse, and then during another total eclipse, because they happened so frequently, complete eclipses. Everybody lost their powers temporarily.
Did that happen? Which season was that in that happened?
I think that was the second season. The temporary loss of powers. It was when things started going downhill.
Yeah, the first season was great. The second season was okay, and I don't remember lots of it.
Heroes had the inverse Star Trek problem. Star Trek, no matter what series, the first season is always decent ideas, but everyone's still getting their a feel for it. The writers are understanding that little portion of the universe. So while it's important, it's kind of trash.
Yeah.
Heroes, complete opposite.
Yeah, the farther you go with Heroes, the worse it gets. Was there 4th season? I stopped watching somewhere in the 3rd season.
I remember
this
hearing.
is stupid.
Basically, the last time I paid attention to Heroes, that someone was talking about carnies with superpowers, as in carnival people.
Heroes TV show. It had 4 seasons.
3 more than it should have had.
I mean, like I
Honestly,
said, the second season was okay. The third season was where it started to get real bad.
Well, the problem with Heroes is that they had the writer strike, so they had to kind of just rush everything.
Yeah.
And after that point, once the writer strike ended, they were stuck with a lot of substandard lore. So they couldn't really build off of that. It's like building your castle in the swamp. It just sinks. And then you build another one on top of it, and it sinks. And then you build a 4th season, and it sinks. And then the studio exec says, no, you're not building another one.
But they only need one more castle for it to stand.
Yeah, but see, the studio execs don't know that. I also activated my free trial of Prime, so I have Prime Music going. Trying to decide if I want to keep Prime. We'll see how much I use it with the second monitor.
Alright.
Oh, and you'll also be happy for this. I ordered another package of socks.
Nice. Socks are always a good thing.
I mean, granted, these are compression socks, so they're nowhere near as fashionable, but they hug you. So that makes up for it, right?
Yeah. They hug your ankles.
Well, this is hug ankles and calves. Because I go knee high.
Knee high.
Just like how Radar likes his beverages. Knee high. Well, I can't make a mass joke.
You can.
I guess I should paste in stuff soon now. Oh, never mind, I did. Oh, God, you went back to No Man's Sky?
Yep, just something to play for a little bit and listen to some podcasts.
Well, you didn't have anything better to play? I know. It's improved, but the fact that it released in such a state, it's just hard to take No Man's Sky very seriously these days. Hello?
I mean, No Man's Sky's a really good game at this point. It released poorly, but, I mean, we live in an age where games are becoming less and less, like, you only get one release, like, that used to be the thing, like, you only release once. Well, that's not really true anymore.
Yeah, but you can't be known as a joke if you release in such a piss-poor state.
Yeah, but I don't think most people think of it as a joke anymore.
Trying to navigate Prime Music to get some music going. So I don't have to fight with Pandora.
Games we played this week.
Let's go 45.
Okay. 15 arrests made in connection to PUBG cheaters.
5-10.
Okay, 5. Call of Juarez Gunslingers officially returns to Steam.
Another 5-ish. I mean, a lot of these are very small topics.
Right. That's why I put them all there. Alright. AMD and secondhand GPUs.
10, because it also gets into the whole crypto mining thing, and you could talk firsthand about that.
Okay. Steam Spy Creator develops new algorithm to keep service alive.
5-10.
EA, Activision, Blizzard, and Valve found in breach of Belgian gambling laws.
120.
About 350. 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. I would say probably 10 to 15, though. Because we're probably going to retread a lot of territory.
10 minutes. Battle Royale already saturated, according to
I found
State
that
of
one
Decay 2
interesting.
Dev. So, like, 15 minutes.
Grand State of Decay is not exactly the Battle Royale leader. Actually, it's not even the Battle Royale genre, but that's someone that knows the industry.
So what, 15 minutes, you thinking?
10 to 15, yeah.
Right. Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery Strangling Kids.
5. 5-10. Because we could also get into the whole, mobile gaming thing. And I'd say Total Biscuit's at least a 15.
Community Corner. 5? 10? How long do we want to make fun of Kyle for being too drunk to send in the audio file?
Do we really have that much time?
Not... Huh? Oh, haha. 5 minutes?
Sure.
Were there
I-
tweets?
Oh, there were tweets. There was you and Kyle, which I didn't copy your bits, but it was just, you basically agreeing with them.
Yeah.
And then
still 5 minutes.
it goes to Arco saying, Biotech. That's the stuff that's kind of like Voltron with that minus the cat thing, right? I'm glad you liked my tweet about Biotech. Yeah, the announcement.
Yeah.
I tried to be clever with it. I wish I could have set it up so that, it tweeted out after, a few seconds each. Reactor online, sensors online,
All systems nominal.
command interface initiated.
Alright, so we're at about 215, 220 if we hit the minimum on everything. And we'll see where we're at as we get closer. We could run a couple of discovery queues.
Alright.
We could do a question.
Yeah, we haven't done a question in a while. Oh. Ow. That's something else that I got incoming is an ottoman. So I can put my feet up.
Yeah, I got a cushion for my feet under my desk. So one of the problems that I've had ever since I got my Fat Boy desk chair is that even with it as low as possible, I don't quite touch the ground properly. So like I'm always having to like sit weirdly in my chair. And I'm sure that's not contributed to my back pain issues because I'm not sitting in my chair properly.
No, not at all.
I got a little footrest for under my desk. So
Well, I just got a El Cheapo collapsible ottoman. Well, it's a storage ottoman, but yeah, pretty much all the ottomans on Amazon were some sort of storage thing.
yeah.
So I just got a decent but a cheap one to put up my feet. Maybe while we record, I don't know. We'll have to see how my legs react. But I have like a stool that I use to prop up my left leg because that's the problem one.
Yeah.
But the right leg was sometimes feeling neglected and would ache. So we'll try both of them.